What's good, family? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto Tea. This is the space where we talk about crypto without all the hype, without the gatekeeping, without trying to sell you a dream. Now, in episode 1, we talked about how crypto is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, everybody's trying to do crypto to make as much money as they can. And, you know, everybody's talking about buy this meme coin or buy this and invest in this and buy. Yeah. We want you to have a true understanding of exactly what it is that you are investing into. So let's get right into it. So I'm not going to bore you with the whole computer jargon or the whole mathematical equations. We're going to talk about this in plain English. So what is cryptocurrency? At its core, cryptocurrency is known as digital money. Not like the digital money that we have with like Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or even other banking apps. Those are what you call traditional money through digital version. Traditional money through digital versions. But it's not cryptocurrency. So crypto is money that doesn't need a middleman. Crypto doesn't need a bank. Crypto does not need government offices. Crypto does not need business hours. Crypto simply runs on code, math, and network of people. Not permission. You know, so the bank got to give you permission to get your money. Once you put it in and you be like, I want this, and they be like, nope, or your account is frozen. But you got to get somebody else's approval so that you can always have your money. Whereas in crypto, you don't have that problem. Crypto is a public system where anybody can verify transactions. Nobody owns it. Everybody participates. So you do not have to worry about, do I have to go to the middleman, or do I need to go to a bank manager? Do I need to go talk to a representative? Nope. Crypto, you have all the power. Just that simple. You have all the power. So now that we understand what cryptocurrency is, let's talk about what is the blockchain. Now, the blockchain is a digital recording book. It's a digital recording book. Basically, it means every transaction is written down, and once it's written, it cannot be edited, it cannot be changed, and everyone has a copy that's on that network. Everyone has a copy that's on that network. So let's look at it like this. So say, for example, you're in a room full of other people, and you have a notebook. And you take your notebook and you write down all the transactions you did. And then you pass the notebook on. The next person write down their transactions, and they can see the transactions you did. Then they pass on. Then the next person write down their transactions, and then they see what you did. Then they see what the other person did in front of you. Pass it on. Same person, you, the person previous. Pass it on. Oh, this. Everybody is seen. There's no secretive. There's no made up. There's no fake. I put anything in. Did you do this? Yes, I did this. So your money cannot be lost. So instead of trusting a bank, a company, or a government, you are simply trusting math, transparency, and shared verification. That's what you're trusting. So you don't have to think that if you put your money into the blockchain that you're going to be scammed. Now, let's truth be told, there are some scamming people, but that's in whatever field you're in. So what happens is we're teaching you that once you operating in this sector, you will not fall for the scams, nor would you get caught up. So the notebook is an example of the blockchain. I told you what crypto was. So why was crypto created? Crypto didn't just come out of nowhere. It came from problems. So what were the problems? The bank collapse. You had money losing value. You had people being locked out of financial systems. You had inflation eating up your savings. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember the collapse of 2008. I was in college. I was finishing up my degree. I had a degree in marketing, and I was about to come out and step out and just, take the world by storm. Ain't happening. Nobody wanted to hire for my field. I had to go back to the drawing board to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. Thank goodness I have wisdom and a drive and a hustle. The hustle is real. So, crypto was created to answer one question. What if money didn't need permission? So, the first cryptocurrency that everybody remembers and everybody should know of is Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, it was designed to be limited in supply, transparent, borderless, and resistant to manipulation. So when everybody looked at Bitcoin, they said Bitcoin was digital gold. It was sound money, or a hedge against broken systems. So if anybody else remember, when Bitcoin first came out, it was like, I was like, I want to buy it. I want to get it. But because of certain regulations, I couldn't get it in New York. I was like, that sucks. And could you imagine how much Bitcoin is worth right now if I would have got that back then? And you could imagine how much of Bitcoin I would have had? Man. See, there's always have to be a test run so you can see how it is and what it works. Now, whether you agree or not, that's a conversation for a later time. But we need to understand the why before the how. We need to understand the why before the how. So many of our community members don't know about cryptocurrency. They don't have a clue about it. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's teaching it. But that's why we're here at the Crypto Tea, to teach you what these things are so that you now have an understanding and you can invest. So what gives crypto value? Because this is where the confusion lies. If this is supposed to be digital money, what's the whole purpose of investing in it? What give me the truth about crypto? If it's real or if it's fake. I ain't got time to be doing stuff that's fake. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time. Well, listen, crypto has a value for the same reason money does. People agree that it has value. It can be exchanged. It solves problem. But crypto adds something extra. They add scarcity, transparency, and programmability. So some crypto projects exist to move money fast, to store value, to run applications, to replace middlemen, and to power digital economies. So let me give you a perfect example. I took a trip to I was going to Pakistan and wound up at the airport, and I was in, I forgot which European country I was, and I wanted some snacks. So I saw this little stand that had snacks from like Paris, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to try these stones. I want to try them, see what they taste like." And he said to me, "Well, we take cash, we take Bitcoin." What? Yeah, we take cryptocurrency over here. Overseas, you can make payments with cryptocurrency. Shocking. Didn't really know that. But at that time, so when I really did some more research and dived into it, cryptocurrency is actually treated as a traditional currency. It's the same respect, and you can use your crypto to get whatever it is that you need. If you want food, if you want to buy something, if you want art, crypto is a new way of using finances. You've done a type of crypto when you was doing your digital banking, but it still has some limits. So remember this: not all crypto is good crypto. Not all projects have the same value. See, that's why this T is very important. That's why I'm glad you're here at the Crypto T, so we can talk about the education behind what it is that we do. So let's understand what crypto is not. Let's be clear. Crypto is not a lottery ticket. It's not a guaranteed flip. It's not an overnight wealth. And it's not a trust me bro investment. Trust me, I got you. I'm gonna help you get this money. I'm gonna help you get this money. We're gonna get this money and we're gonna be rich and no. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not a guaranteed flip. It's not an overnight wealth, and it's not a trust me investment. So if somebody promised you guaranteed returns, fast money, and risk, that's not crypto. That's a red flag. Do not fall for it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, my brother and my sister. I'm not going to lie to you. I too got. Okay, I too got. Because I was learning this in my early years, and I was trying to, get it, and I didn't have the experience. So, I did certain things, trying to go everywhere, because everybody never talked about crypto, and because you lived in certain places, you didn't get the access to crypto that you really thought you should have access to. So by living in New York City, I wasn't able to get full access into it like I do now that I'm traveling across the country. I can actually learn it. I can use these different platforms. I can get whatever it is I need to get. I can buy whatever it needs, and I can learn a bit, and I can try it. But at first, I was just so intrigued in getting into it, and nobody was really teaching it. It seemed like everybody was against crypto. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. And I got. Woo, baby. I got. So real crypto requires learning, patience, strategy, and discipline, just like anything else worth building. So I'm here to help you learn. I'm here to help you gain some patience. I'm here to help you develop some strategies, and I'm here to help you have some discipline, because we're not going after guaranteed returns and fast money. We're in this for the long run. So how to approach crypto moving forward? Here's how I want you to approach crypto after today. I want you to learn before you invest. Learn before you invest. Number 2, ask questions without shame. Ask questions without shame. There is no dumb question. Ask questions without shame. Number 3, protect your mindset. Because there's going to be everybody out here, every crypto guru out here is going to be trying to tell you this. Protect your mindset. Number 4, don't chase hype. Listen, don't chase the hype, because you chasing the hype is going to help you lose your mindset, and then you're going to lose your dollars. Don't chase hype. Think long term. Think long term. Crypto isn't about being early, it's about being prepared. It's never too late to get into crypto. It's never too late. Don't be fooled by the quick uprise of XRP. Don't be fooled by the quick rise of Solana or Algorand or Ethereum or Bitcoin. Don't be fooled. Take your time. Learn. Because what worked for other people may not work for you. Learn what it is that you want to do, because you know what your goals are. You know what you are, where you are financially, where you want to be financially, and you know what it is that you want to fulfill in your own life. So listen, quick recap. Crypto is digital money without the middleman. Blockchain is public, transparent record keeping. Crypto, digital money without a middleman. Blockchain, public, transparent records keeping. So, crypto was created to fix broken systems. Values come from utilities, trust, and scarcity. And this is a long-term learning journey. So the same way when we had to learn about stocks and bonds, it's the same way we have to learn about crypto and NFTs and other Web3s. So if episode 1 helped you shift your mindset, episode 2 just gave you your foundation. So listen, if this episode has helped you, I want you to like this video. I want you to share this video. I want you to comment your biggest crypto question and share it with someone who says, I don't get crypto. Because now, there's no excuse. I gave you a quick foundation. Booyah! So, in the next episode, we're going to be breaking down what is Bitcoin and why does it matter. So, get ready. I hope this helped you. I hope it prepared you to understand what crypto is. And guess what? Let's start investing. I see you next time on Crypto Tea.